What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JP's on the keys. It's too easy about the video today. Hey, I got a treat for y'all. Like, I've been looking through my comments, and every hour, it was really somebody commenting. You gotta do Till Death Do Us Part. This is Alf Garrett, Alf Garnett. I think Alf Garnett. This is the same premise as this. Like, this is another show in the late. This is an older show, like the late '60s, early '70s, like mid to late '70s. And this is around like All in the Family Was, or like Love Thy Neighbor. It's centered around the character who was just overtly racist. As a way, they did this as a way to make you cringe at it. Like, okay, like you can see, like, all right, you're doing too much now. So I really do. Let's watch this. Hopefully they don't block it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm working on the Joseph Mengele History Biggest Villains, because it seems like that's what's winning the poll. So that should be out definitely next week. I'm definitely going to work on that today. But I definitely appreciate y'all. We really growing like crazy. I really appreciate y'all. But let's go, man.
For crying out loud, what's the matter with these nails, then?
I don't know why you bother. Look at the mess.
Ain't no mess, I've got the paper down, ain't I?
Why can't you take them down the cobbler like everybody else?
What, that bodger? Listen, you want a job done proper, you got to do it yourself, ain't you? Hey, look at that. You want a quality soul, my dear. Look at that. Look at the pliancy in that leather. Anyway, I don't know what you're moaning about. Look at the money I saved.
Well, of course you do, don't you? Of course you do. Because you nicked that leather off the docks, don't you?
Oh, I never nicked that fella. I wanted the bales. You talking about? Shut up.
Yo, I can tell how old this is. Like, the color keep, flashing up. It keeps, the chromatic aberration. It keeps, flashing colors. Oh, epilepsy warning.
Shut up.
In a few moments, the Greenwich time signal, followed by the news and radio newsreel.
Right.
Well, how are the pips tonight, then? Are they all right?
Just about.
Ah, well, there you are, you see. There you are, you see. Even Greenwich Mean Time's right now that Labour's back with a big majority.
Labour? Bloody Labour, they couldn't put nothing right, they couldn't. What? Look at that. Look at that. Couldn't even pick a decent team for us to win the World Cup.
What are you talking about? It's not the government's job picking a World Cup team.
Your party's Minister of Sport now, isn't it?
Oh, he's off again, isn't he?
Wait a minute. Who said you could borrow my shaving gear?
Oh,
blooming sauce. Listen. That Dennis Howe, that Minister of Sport, he's one of your mob, isn't he? Eh? He's Labour. And what's he ever done for football since he's been Minister of Sport, eh? Nothing, absolutely bloody nothing. What? Here, else, correct, the only chance we had of keeping that World Cup here in England was when we nicked it.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't see me saying nothing for a long time, I'm trying to get a feel for the show. So I'll be like, well, he's not saying anything. He's just sitting there watching, because I'm trying to get a feel for the show. Like, I gotta recognize these characters. Like, it took me a couple episodes to get Love Thy Neighbor down. It took me a few episodes to get Still Game down. Now that I identify with the characters, it's a lot easier to watch. You feel what I'm saying?
Dog found it.
Listen, you can't blame the World Cup team on Labour, mate.
You blamed everything on Labour. You blamed the weather on him if you could.
Look, no one's talking about the weather, Miss Clever Dick.
No, but we haven't had no decent weather, not since they've been in. I noticed that.
Look.
God, bro.
You in there. As a cabinet minister of the realm, look, he's perfectly entitled.
Gales, terrible Gales.
Listen, on a ministerial level, there's not...
No, in April.
Why don't you shut up, you silly mare? You know, I lost the thread in my argument. I lost the thread here, haven't I?
Listen, if you feel so strong about it, why don't you write to Dennis Howe? Go on, write to him.
Right.
Tell him his World Cup team's got bottled.
Right to him? I wouldn't demean myself. I write to none of them Labourites no more. What? Oh, I I wrote to Harold Wilson once, didn't I? Yeah, told him his bloody clock was wrong, he's Big Ben. What? He never even had a decency reply. And there was a stamp addressed envelope in the letter and all.
Yeah, Bob, will you go? You didn't expect him to answer letters like that, do you?
If he was a gentleman, he would have answered it, wouldn't he? Hey, if he had any manners, he would have. What? They nixed my Faulkney stamp, didn't they? Hey, yeah, they nixed my Faulkney stamp and they sit up there, them MPs, in our Houses of Parliament, copying their 20,000 a year.
What? 20,000 a year?
Right,
20,000? Listen, you done half took a load of covers, don't you? 20,000 a year? Listen, old Wilson don't even get 20,000 a year, and he's the Prime Minister, mate.
Listen, what they tell you they get and what they bungs in their pockets, I mean, that's pretty far.
He know the way, you know what I'm saying? He woke. He woke. He, you know what I'm saying? They're not telling you. They're not listening. Don't you, don't you hate those people? Like, it's obviously cool to look into what you're going through, but it's like the people that assume everything is a conspiracy. Well, you see how, like, you know how the birds aren't real, and you know how, like, birds are literally, like, flying security cameras, and they're looking at us through the phones, and they're like, bro, I'm not trying to hear about a government conspiracy every time I'm around you, bro. Like, I don't want to hear about how, like, the government is using Bluetooth headphones to fry our brains with radiation or something.
What are you talking about?
Perks, that's what I'm talking about.
Perks?
You blue-eyed virgin perks.
You call them a blue-eyed virgin?
You don't think they can afford to live up there the way they do and what they're supposed to be earning, do you? What? Off to the silly holes every 5 minutes?
In a boat.
What?
Yeah, they go close in a boat.
Oh, shut up, you silly man. Listen, they ain't got nothing of their own, they ain't, them Labourites. They ain't got no private fortunes. Not like us Tories have.
Here, I never seen any of it.
Hey, listen, oh, God. Well, how do you get their private fortunes anyway? How do you get
using this, mate, by using the old loaf. That's how they got it, and that's how they're going to hang on to it and all.
Oh, I don't know. Nothing but arguments.
What are you talking about?
I'm only trying... Listen, I'm only... Shut up a minute, will you? Let me get a word in edgeways. I'm only trying to teach the boy something, innit? I'm only trying to put a bit of sense into his head. Look, the salient facts is these, ain't they? Right? Number one, the Tories has got money, right? Right, you agree with me there?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Number two, if you've got money, you don't need to fiddle, right?
Oh, give me.
Therefore, number three, the Tories can afford to be honest. It's obvious conclusion.
Don't talk so wet, will you? Don't talk so wet. What's the matter with you? Look, the most dishonest government this country ever had was during the 13 years of Tory
Well, that's
rule.
only according to your party. It's only according to his party, isn't it? Hey, listen, if you want to talk about dishonesty...
Hey, eggs is going up again.
You want to... What about the packet old Wilson made on the last election, eh? Nothing said about that, I noticed.
What are you talking about? What packet?
What? He made a fortune on that last election.
Oh, yeah? Oh, did he? Hey?
Yeah.
Oh, well, come on then, tell us how.
By betting, that's how.
Betting?
Yeah, betting on the last election, of course.
What betting?
Look.
How did he do it then? Come on.
How do you do it? It's obvious, isn't it? If you think about it. Use your loaf a bit. Listen, on that last election, see, they was betting, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Not only on who'd win the election, but when it'd be, right? Yeah. And the only man in the country who knew when it would be was Harold Wilson himself, because he's the bloke who had to choose when it would be, didn't he? So what'd he do, eh? What'd he do, I'll tell you, the crafty devil. He goes up, before he makes it official, he goes up to see Her Majesty, doesn't he, up the palace, right? Which is his prerogative, I'll grant you that. And you stop your giggling and pay attention, you might learn something. He goes in to see her, right? Yeah. And he says to her, can I absolve the Parliament, right? And she says to him, so be it. And before she's even got her crown off, he's out the back door, down the betting shop, banging his money off. What? And he ain't even got the...
There's always a grandfather or an uncle who got them stories. You know, when you were growing up, you would always, every time you go around that certain male family member, he always have some like story from the war or a story from some childhood adventure. You know, back in my day, we used to walk to school barefoot 7 miles, and We used to fight gorillas, and we would wrestle. We would on the farm. We had the pigs with the bare hands, and we was throwing them on the truck ourselves. Y'all don't know that real work outside. You always inside on them phones. Always on that phone all day. You ain't get outside.
Well, what I'm talking about, because if that had been Sir Alec home, at least he would have been gentleman enough to bung a bet on for her and all.
Sir Alec Hume ain't the leader, your pub.
No, more's the pity. That grammar school twit that got up there now.
Oh, God, he judges everyone by himself. Could he do that? I think Mr. Wilson would.
What?
Mr. Wilson's not like you, Dan.
Well, thank God for that.
Listen,
You know-
wait, I know.
What do you mean he's got?
What's he got? Hang on, I'll tell you what, Harold Wilson has got integrity.
Integrity? You call
Yeah.
that integrity? Exploiting a constitutional monarchy? What, clobbering the bookies for all that money?
Well, it's very one-sided, if you ask me.
What are you talking about? What?
Well, he's done all right, hasn't he, old Wilson, eh? And you haven't even got a house to call your own.
Oh, you don't have to.
Why is it, eh? Why ain't your Labour Party done nothing for you two, eh?
Well.
You pay your tenner in every week, don't you, like everybody else? Yeah, and when the election was on, you was down there helping them with all their meetings.
Meeting? What are you talking about, you silly mayor? They never went down no Labour Party meetings. They was always at the Tory ones. They was heckling and shouting and barracking. What? Yeah, and throwing stink. I was ashamed I was to be seen with you. And when Sir Alec home, him come down here to talk to us, and you started hollering things out. Oh, a bloody language. I didn't know where to put me face.
That's what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
What did they give them, eh?
I'll tell you what they're giving us.
Go on, Ed, you tell us what they give you. I'm very interested.
Listen.
What do you think you're doing?
Yo, shit. I've literally just been sitting here and listening to a heated discussion for 9 minutes. She took that newspaper and was like, give that.
I'll have a bit of respect for your parents, then. What they're giving us? They're giving everyone of the working class a chance to build a better Britain. Not only better, but prosperous and fair as well. That's all right, comrade. That's your Tory humour. Listen,
go on then.
a more civilised society, girl, I'm telling you. Not a rat race, you know.
Yeah.
With better hospitals, more schools.
Go on
We're
then,
gonna
Mrs.
have
Painter.
We're
Go
gonna have
on then, Sylvia. Let's hear all about your electrical materialism. Isn't it lovely, eh?
I'll tell you another thing we're going to get.
What?
More houses.
Houses?
More houses for every young person what needs them. Every young couple what needs a house.
Yeah, this ain't Hyde Park, you know.
Houses?
You don't need to shout with
No,
us.
I was just in a manifesto.
You want a house?
Yeah.
You want a house?
I do, yeah.
Well, listen. You blooming great pudding, you want to get a job first, don't you?
Oh,
get your hands dirty a bit, save up and buy a house, like what I had to.
Buy a house like you had to, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not kidding. It's the right stately home he's got here.
Listen here, you ain't too proud to live in it, I noticed that.
Too proud
Yeah,
to live
I'll
here?
tell you something, you wouldn't mind owning a little house like this.
Hey, look, if you think that I'm going to spend 40 years of my life flogging me guts out like you, huh? To end up with a muck hole like this, you balmy.
Ooh. His feelings.
Oh?
Yeah.
Look what you've done.
Hey?
Well, look at the veins standing out on his head.
Look! I worked hard, haven't I? I worked hard. If he is my witness, I worked hard here, haven't I? To keep a roof over your mummy's head here. Oh, bloody here! What are you doing with the iron? Look at that! Listen, I never spared myself, have I? Hey? I've faced up to my responsibilities. My little girl here. And I've faced up to all my responsibilities. And what do you get for it, eh? What do you get for it?
A mucko.
You Geordie yobbo.
Yeah, I'll find my scouts.
Yeah? Well, they're the worst kind of Geordies, aren't they?
Satisfied? Look, he's my dad, don't forget, and this is his house. And if he hadn't been kind enough to let me stay here, we'd be in a right pickle. Because if we had to rely on you for home, I don't know what we'd do.
Hey, whose side are you on anyway?
Shut up.
Don't talk to me.
Shut up.
Look at that. This to the size of half a crown on there. Look at that.
Oh my God, this is heated
I'll get
arguments.
some margarine. I'll put it.
Get off of me, don't you even touch me. Get off. Look at that. Oh.
Hey, man, I didn't eat nothing. 2 weeks off work to do with that, will I? I'll take out a certificate and all, I will. Look at that. Hey, look, listen.
Shut up!
All right, well, I'm going out then. Hey, listen to me. I'll tell you something. I'll get a place to live in.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will. It's the last thing I do. And when I do, girl, you can either come and live with me or stay here with him in this muckhole. And don't wait up for me either.
Oh.
It's easy to see the way he was brought up.
I suppose you're happy now, both of you.
What? You gonna start?
I suppose you're happy now, you busted us up.
You shut.
You've been trying to come between
I'll
us ever
give
since
you-
we... And you didn't want us to get married, did you?
I'll give you
And
a
now you're
backhander in a minute.
busted up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we only said to wait.
Wait, that's all. Wait.
Wait till what? Wait till when? Well, you've done it now. You've busted us up now. And I suppose you're happy. Well, I'm not.
Oh my God, there's so much raw emotion. So much raw emotion. Well, I mean, I'm not.
Now look what you've done.
Oh God.
I'm going to have a drink.
That's it. You ruined their marriage, now go out and ruin your liver.
Ruin my liver. Ruin my liver. What I can afford to drink wouldn't ruin a bleeding rabbit's liver.
Oh God. He said what I could afford to drink wouldn't ruin a bleeding rabbit's liver. That means you poor, brother.
So listen. So he says he reckons old Wilson goes down to Palace and asks the Queen to absolve Parliament. Absolve? No, he's the Pope, you know what I mean? So he's got, because it's burglative, isn't it? It's one, and he's got it.
Oh God.
It's a pint of usual. Like to have a chance, have the money, something like to ruin me liver.
So listen. So then he goes over, only puts his hand on the iron, burns his brother. Then after that, I'm cheering him up. I'm cheering him up, see. So I say to him, Sir, if you think I'm going to live in a muckhole like this, do you mind moving, like, if we want to play a game, you know?
Come on, help, get out of the way, we want to play darts. No, I'm perfectly entitled to sit here if I want to. Look, this ain't a house of sports, you know. This is a public house of drinking, and a licence of vigilance.
Don't give us all that, we want to play darts. Yeah. Come on now, move.
No, I ain't going to anyway, I was here first.
Come here, leave it to me, I'll get rid of it. Leave it to me. Hey, I'll tell you something, we've had a few tonight, haven't we, eh? Go on, look, hey, I can't even see the ball properly.
Hey. If you hit the old man, it don't count.
Doesn't count. Can I have another go, then, can I? Right, here we go.
Not here! You shut your face! Look here. You put my eye out. Put his eye. You put my eye out with one of them things, and you can be liable. You can. You'll be liable for up a £10,000 compensation. You can.
£10,000?
Yeah, £10,000.
I haven't even got £10,000, have I? Huh?
Thank you. You.
Hey, I want to buy call him out. Hey, sorry. Come on, now, let's have the dart.
Oh no! I'm perfectly entitled to sit here, and I'm perfectly entitled to protect myself from any missiles.
Missiles!
Give him back them.
Oh yeah, what? So they can fry 'em, mate, me
We'll sit somewhere else in this
Then them go and play darts somewhere else then.
Look, Alf, if you don't move, I won't serve you no more.
Oh, listen, you can't do that.
Oh?
No, you can't, because this is a public hostelry, see?
Hostelry?
You shut your face, you might learn something. panic.
You're right
Any
on
member of the
top.
public what comes in here with the price of a pint, you can't refuse to serve them, nor even a glass of water even.
I refuse to serve anyone I like.
Get away, you fat git. Of course you can't.
You're barred.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, it's only the only pub round here.
I know it's not the only pub around here.
Hey, Fred, hey, come on, leave it alone. Now, don't go too strong.
Listen, I don't want you defending me. Get on.
Shut up, he's barred.
Is he? All right, then, if he's barred, I'm barred and all.
All right, you're barred and all.
Yeah, you're
and
barred.
me, and me.
And he's barred.
I am.
Yeah.
I know there's some of that all.
Yeah,
You're
they're all
barred, I'm
barred.
barred. Hang on a minute, fellas.
Yeah, all barred.
I thought they wanted to play darts.
No, you barred them.
Hey, fellas. Can't you take a joke?
What, you were joking?
Yeah, I was joking.
Oh, I was joking, innit? Hey, all barred, that's what I am. Hey, you booked us a bar and you bar them, didn't you? Hey,
God, this is a bit cloudy, isn't it?
Cloudy? Yeah. Well, still when them Labourites nationalise it, won't it, eh? Be all co-op beer then, won't it, eh?
You're a governor's man.
Governor's man? Of course I'm a governor's man, because he pays my wages, doesn't he? Listen, I ain't got nothing against the working class. But what I say is this, let them stick to their proper function.
What?
And their proper function ain't sitting up there in Downing Street mucking about with a straightest squire. Listen, look, wait a minute. Look, you got army, mate. You got army, ain't you?
Listen, the army's changed since the Boer War.
Shut your face and listen, clever dick. You got army, ain't you?
Yeah.
Right? Well, you don't run your army with working class generals, do you?
Why not?
Why not? Well, it's the same with your navy, isn't it? Same with the
Don't
navy.
have generals in the Navy.
With your fancy Westgate. Look at him. Listen, look at your church now. You look at your church.
That's all covered with pigeons in that.
Look, you know what I mean. You show me a working class bishop.
Never seen
eh?
a bishop.
No, and I'll tell you something else. You don't see no bishops living in no council houses, neither.
Mr. Wilson don't live in a council house.
No, he don't. You're dead right, he don't.
And he don't live in a muck hole either.
That's true though. I ain't gonna cap. He not lying. Cause there's been a lot of churches, not even just in the Catholic church, in the regular church, where the pastor roll around, got the best car in the whole church, but then the people in the church, they struggling to get there. They all got a carpool. It's 5 or 6. Got a carpool. He got the biggest car. He got his own parking spot. These be the same ones when the offering come around. Oh, we need $25 more. We need $25 more. We gonna start the offering out with boom. We need 24. It's a mock highlight.
Don't worry about your night, love. He'll be back.
I don't care what he does.
Got nowhere else to go, has he?
I don't know, and I don't care.
If he dropped them politics, it'd be a blessing.
Dad's as bad on that.
Yeah, but your dad's an older man, though.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, he's seen a lot of service and that.
Anyway, Mike's entitled to have his own ideas about things,
Well,
Mum.
of course he is. But he won't be guided. That's his trouble. He's too headstrong. Here, I hope he don't run into your dad again tonight. There'll be murder done if he does.
Hey, look at that.
Lovely boy.
They is drunk.
Hello, we're back. I brought him back, and I...
Hey, what?
gone to bed. Gone to bed? Yes, you can. I've got a voice though. That one with the ginger hair. You got a lovely. Yeah, look, I'll grant you. I ain't trained, is it? But she can't half belt out a song for an amateur, can't she?
Let's go get her.
I went out with me slippers on, didn't I?
I was annoyed with you.
I was annoyed.
We're going to get our heads.
Get our heads down. Otherwise, look, I want you to have this because you're a good boy. I mean, we all have our difference of opinion. Come on. We all have
You're sharing that with me, because I'm not kidding. You only shared it with me. And I appreciate that. I really do.
No, it's nothing, because you're a good boy, aren't you?
You go and get your head down, and if she gives you any old lip, both give her.
No, I wouldn't know.
Yo, what the f...
All right,
No,
They're gonna go with it. This gonna be the wrong one.
Could only come out of there, will you? Come let me see here, you wait, love. You wait, are you?
Go away.
No, listen. He's back here. He's back.
Go away. Shut up.
No, I said I brought him back, and I brought our little girl, whoops. I brought our little girl's husband back to, didn't I?
I wish you'd stayed away with him.
No, listen, don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Oh, get away, you drunken pig.
No.
I wish there was another room I could sleep in away from you.
I only had a little drink tonight because the boy was very distressed. And he was in a very distressed state, and I had to have a little drink with him.
Here, turn over the other way. Oh, I don't want your drunken breath all over me. All
He said your breath stink.
He was. He's distressed.
Oh, come on.
Nope. Get off.
All right. But two can play that game, don't forget.
Who the freak is this? Oh, it's him. He's still.
Well, hurry up, will you? It's cold, ain't it? When you are in love, it's lonely, it's not obvious. Here.
Oh, he's still drunk.
Is she talking to you? Eh? Well, she's talking to you. No. No. She ain't talking to me neither. No, she ain't talking to me. She ain't. She called me a drunken pig. Drunken pig, she called me. Oh, she
Yo!
See, you've got that talk up again, eh?
Tell him to shut up.
Yo, he is drunk out his mind. They was up in the same bed. They can't deal with it. Yo, that's hilarious.
I don't mind him staying on here. I mean, I'm not all that fond of him myself, but I'm willing to put up with him for your sake. But I'll have no more arguments in this house. First argument, out he goes. And if he's got all that money to go drinking with, he ought to be saving it. Get a place of your own.
It's not only Mike that drinks.
No, I spoke to your dad about that as well. I don't know what he wants to drink for. It makes him feel that queer in the morning.
All right. Well, enough of that this morning, haven't we? What about a cup of tea, then?
You want a cup of tea? Get up and get it yourself.
Listen, I always bring you one up, don't I?
Well, I'm not bringing you one up.
It's all right, I'll get it.
I get it, don't worry about that. Oh no, I couldn't eat no food. I feel too rotten. Take it away.
Serves you right, shouldn't drink.
All right. We've heard enough of that this morning. Oh, how do you feel, mate?
Terrible.
We shifted a few last night, didn't we, eh? You had a right skinful there.
You're not joking, I'm not kidding you. Listen, it feels as though there's a little fella in my head there with a bloody grate banging away trying to get out.
Yeah, well, I've got his mate over here, haven't I?
I don't know what you do it for. You must be mad.
Hello, we're going to have a right cheerful Sunday here, aren't we, eh? Bloody telly's broke. Nothing but rubbish on the wireless. Can't go out and have a drink. You can't even talk in the house no more.
Nobody said you couldn't talk.
Well, he can't, can he? If he so much as opens his mouth, he's out. Got to pack his bags, according to you.
I've never said he couldn't talk. I just don't want no more arguments, that's all.
Arguments? Who has arguments?
You do.
What are you talking about? We don't have arguments. Discussions. We have discussions, we don't have arguments.
Heated discussions.
I don't care what you call it, it's arguing.
It ain't arguing, I tell you.
What is it then?
Look, when you... look, move that over there, will you? It's turning me up here. Bubble and squeak, come on. Look, in a discussion, see, when you have discussions, right, you put your salient points of view to each other, right?
Yeah.
See, look. You put your pros, don't you, right? Cool. And you put your cons, don't you? Then you like debate with any points of contention arising out of your polemics. See? Now do you understand what discussion is?
Yeah. It's arguing.
It ain't bloody arguing, you silly moo!
He called her a moo? You know, watch it. She turned that glizzy up.
Arguing is he shouting and hollering, here?
Well, you're shouting and hollering now.
I ain't blooming shouting and hollering!
Oh, look at them.
Anyway, you were enough to make a saint shout and holler, you are. Here, Mike, listen, what's he doing now, eating her? Oh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, they're at it already. Oi, lover boy.
Hey, what?
Leave her alone, will you? Listen. What? Tell her what discussions is.
Discussions is arguing.
Oh, well, Robbie, you're worse than she is, isn't you? I'll tell you what, ain't arguing.
It's arguing.
Well, another party heard
Hey,
from.
listen here.
Listen.
All right, look,
What?
where's the dictionary then?
I don't know where the dictionary is. How do I...
He's holding up the table leg.
Yeah, that's smart. Isn't it? A little respect for it. It costs a lot of money, that
Well,
dictionary.
why don't you mend it?
It ain't
Mend
my
the
job to mend a table. I'm out earning a living.
Going on
This,
about
I'll tell you, this,
discussions.
wait a minute.
All the same thing.
What? Shut up a
Hey,
minute.
stop a minute. Right.
What?
Discussion.
Yeah?
The reasons urged in support of a theory.
There you are.
Discussion of a question.
That's right.
Debate. Summary.
Yeah?
Arguments.
Where's it saying?
It says that.
Yeah, look, you can't go by that.
What do you mean
That's
you
out of date, that
What
is.
is
That's
that?
old
How can it be?
dictionary. That's a load of rubbish. Listen,
This
you
is
get
an
on with your
old
sausage and
dictionary.
eggs. Come on.
All right. I mean, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of like slow getting into it. I kind of had the same experience where I was kind of slow getting into it, but I feel like I'm gonna ease my way into it. It's gonna take a couple episodes, but we're gonna get into it. But definitely, thank you again for the support. I appreciate y'all so much. Please be sure to drop a like if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to turn on my post notifications. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Vote on the poll again. Whatever history biggest villains you want to see, vote on that poll. Thanks. I'm out. Peace.